Hello and welcome to our lesson on pentatonic scale patterns. What I'm going to be using here as an example is the A minor pentatonic scale, which if you look at example number 1 there on your sheet, it's basically this. Okay, pretty simple scale. Pentatonic kind of is a hybrid between a scale and an arpeggio. A pentatonic scale has 5 notes in it. Usually a typical scale has 7 notes in it. Some of them have 8. So the spacing is a little closer together on a normal scale. Pentatonic, the notes are spaced a little bit further apart. On an arpeggio, there's usually 3 or 4 notes in arpeggio that are spaced much wider apart than the notes in a scale. So it's like if the notes in a scale are typically this far apart, and the notes in an arpeggio are that far apart, the pentatonic scale is kind of halfway in between. The notes are spaced a little bit further apart than scales, not as far apart as arpeggios. But because of their wider spacing, they're very good for coming up with melodies. I mean, you can noodle around in a pentatonic scale and almost never hit a wrong note and come up with some good melodic ideas. But one of the neat things about pentatonic patterns, you hear this a lot in if you heard a rock and roll solo, you've heard the pentatonic pattern. They use a lot in country music as well, in bluegrass, in jazz. But we take this first pattern here, example number 1, or pattern number 1, I guess it says, and again, very simple. This is kind of a funk-based pattern that you do at the pentatonic. You're starting like this. And let me slow that down a little bit. Okay, so you're hitting 2 notes, or you're hitting 1 note twice, and then down 2, and then go back up a note and hit it twice. Okay, it's kind of a neat little melody to have under your belt, in your tool belt. This one is okay, I'm going to slow that down. Okay, you can look at the tab there. Pretty self-explanatory. All right. Now the 4th one is okay, slow that down. All right, there's really no limit to the kind of patterns you can come up with on a pentatonic scale. Go up 3, go down 4, go up 3, go down 4, whatever, you can make up your own. This last one, pattern 5, is one I came up with that I kind of like. I use this sometimes in jazz, rock, whatever, but it's okay. Sounds nice. Sounds like it's a nice little riff. And what it is just that pentatonic scale. I'm just doing a hammer-on and pull-off. And check out my hammer-on and pull-off lesson if you don't know what those are. But doing a hammer-on and pull-off here. Okay. So there you got a few licks in the minor pentatonic, and obviously you can move those up the neck anywhere you want. Okay, and that'll give you some ideas when you're soloing around. Now, what I found is you can learn some licks or riffs like this, and then you go to the jam session or you're playing in a band, and it's like your brain locks up and you're like, oh man, I know I got that lick out there, I just can't seem to fit it in. And what I will do is I'll take a song that I think I can use this in, and beforehand, before the jam session, before the playing with the band or whatever, I'll think through that song of where exactly I could put that lick or that riff in, and then I'll just kind of practice it on my own, thinking, I'm going to do whatever, where it would fit in on a solo or a fill, and or you may just want to use a fraction of these patterns, or you could dice them up, mix them, and match them together, and but give it some thought beforehand and feel comfortable. And it seems like once you're able to play it live in a jam session or in a band, it's like then you own that riff or that lick in your tool bag, in your vocabulary to use. Before you use it live, it's kind of like there's a lot of stuff back there in preparation that you're not really ready to bring out yet. And so it seems like if you just are able to successfully use it once, then there's some kind of breakthrough and it's yours to use from there on out. So take some time when you learn a new lick or a new riff and think where you're going to use it, and record yourself on a tape recorder and practice using it in the song, or get a buddy and have him practice with you and practice using it. And that works for all manners of stuff with guitar, foot pedals, whatever. It's once you feel comfortable with it one time, it's like it's yours. Whoa, there went my pick. Okay, well, that's a sign that this lesson's done, so we'll talk to you later.